Thank God for giving us another opportunity to be here in His presence today. And thank you all for being part of keeping the Church of God together and ensuring that we grow in the faith. And so the topic we'll be looking at today is something that is so common to us and from my own experience has caused so much trouble in the Church of Christ today. And it is on the Bible book of Galatians chapter 5 verse 2 to 5 and 7 talking about bearing burdens. Chapter 2 verse 2 said, bear one another's burden and so fulfill the law of Christ. And all of us, so many of us, not all of us, we've held onto this aspect, and because of that, we've held one another responsible for one thing or the other that was not taken care of in our lives. Okay, in my definition, burden is a heavy load, something difficult or unpleasant that you have to deal with or worry about. A duty or responsibility that is hard to bear. And I want us to take a cue from Matthew chapter 11 verse 20 when Christ said, for those that are labored and are heavy laden, we should come to Him and He will give us rest. I want us to relate it to the definition, saying that burden is a heavy load, which confirms what Christ is saying, that if we have labored and our burden is heavy, we have to come. And it is something that is difficult for just one person to bear. The aim of the lesson is to awaken us all to the fact that we all make up the church, and if the Church of Christ must grow and survive in this perverse world, we must all take up our responsibilities and work to ensure that the Church of God doesn't die in this perverse world, and we kill the idea of having this sense of entitlement, thereby absorbing ourselves from our responsibilities, because we will all answer to God on the last day. You see that by holding on to that verse 2 of chapter 6, we have had this sense of entitlement that have been passed on from one generation to another over the years in the church. And that is why when something is to be done in the church, something is announced, for instance, that we are to buy let me give an example, we're to buy a new generator for the church. 70, if not 80 to 90% of us, our eyes, our minds, soul, spirit, will be focused on some certain brethren that yes, they have to provide this. Let us remember that this is meant for the church, and we all make up the church. The plan is to look into this particular scripture today so that idea will die with us here today, and we will have to pass it on to the next generation. So that we know that we are all responsible for the church. Okay. So from the verse above, in verse 5 of that particular Galatians chapter 6, which I've seen that we don't look at, it says, each one should bear his own burden.
ẹsẹ̀ karùn-ún ní orí kẹfà sọ pé nítorí olúkúlùkù yóò ru ẹrù ti ara rẹ̀.
So that one doesn't concern us. We're concerned with the one that somebody must bear for us.
Eléyìí kò jẹ́ pàtàkì sí wa, ètò ìṣe pàtàkì sí wa pé ètí ènìyàn yóò bá wa rò.
And this has caused so much resentment in the church.
Eléyìí sì dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ nínú ìjọ.
Okay, so when someone is burdened by crushing cares and difficult events like that are too much for one person to bear, the advice is that this scripture is also giving is that capable brethren. Okay, so there is a need that is identified, a crushing need that is too much for one person to bear. Capable brethren are to crawl under that load and help that person carry the load. That's one part of it.
Ohun tí bíbélì sọ pé àwọn tabarẹ́ nìkan tó wà nínú ìṣòro tàbí tí àjàgà rẹ̀ wúwo lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀, àwọn arákùnrin ta mọ̀ pé wọ́n nípa láti ràn lọ́wọ́ yóò dìde wọ́n sì ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún.
And when we do that, we will be fulfilling Christ's law.
Tábà ti ṣe léyìí, àrípé àti mú òfin Kristi ṣẹ.
So we see that since God is not the author of confusion, He cannot say in verse 2 that we should bear one another's burden, and in verse 5 He's saying we should bear our individual burdens.
Àrípé Ọlọ́run kò ń ṣe Ọlọ́run rújùrújú, ó sọ fún wa pé ká gbé àjàgà ara wa bákan náà, ó sì ní kólúkúlùkù kó ṣe ojúṣe tirẹ̀.
It comes to say that the burden must meet a particular criteria before it has to be borne by someone else.
Kó tó di pé ẹlòmíì yóò bẹ gbé àjàgà tirẹ̀, àrípé àwọn àti fojú pé eléyìí ó ṣòro fún ọ láti gbé.
And the criteria is that the body must be crushing and is difficult for one person to bear.
Bákan náà nípa pé ìṣòro yìí ó pọ̀ ju agbára ti ẹnìkan lọ.
Because when we do this and when we help one another in bearing each other's burden and carry our own burden, we tend to demonstrate in doing that the love of Christ for one another.
Tàbá ń bá ènìyàn gbé àjàgà tirẹ̀, tá sì ń gbé tiwa bákan náà, à ń fi ìfẹ́ Kristi wọ̀n ní eléyìí.
So burdens can be physical, as in the case of our health.
Àgbé ẹrù tàbí àjàgà ó lè jẹ́ ohun tá fojú rí.
Typical example, the woman with the issue of blood in Luke chapter 8 verse 43.
Àpẹẹrẹ ni obìnrin tí oníṣùṣù ẹ̀jẹ̀ tàbí ní Bíbélì.
She had to bear that burden for a period of 9 years.
Àrípé ó ti ń gbàjàgà yìí fún bí ọdún 9.
It can be emotional, as in the case of Ruth and Naomi.
Àrípé àpẹẹrẹ ti Ruth àti Naomi bákan náà.
When Ruth had to bear the burden, Naomi had to bear the burden of loss of her husband, of her 2 sons. Ruth had to console her, be part of carrying that burden.
Àrípé pàtí Naomi tó ń ṣọ̀fọ̀ ọmọ rẹ̀ tó pàdánù. Àrípé Ruth ó sì wà sọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ láti bá àjàgà náà.
It could be financial or material, just like we see in Acts chapter 2 verse 45, when the apostles, some of them had to sell what they have to bring together so that the poor and those that are in dining could be taken.
Bákan náà nínú iṣẹ́ apostol, ó lè jẹ́ nípa ti owó tàbí ohun tì ní arákùnrin tí wọ́n ta ohun ní wọ́n sì kówó rẹ̀ wá sínú ìjọ láti fi ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́.
The burden could be psychological, just as the case of Saul that we just read in the Bible reading, and David had to come play the music for him to calm him down.
Ó lè jẹ́ ohun tó mú ìrònú dání tàbí ọpọlọ arákùnrin ti Saul àti David bákan náà tó sì kọrin fún un.
How about Jesus Christ? At the point when he saw his death, he took the disciples to pray. He needed someone to be there for him to help him bear that burden. That's why he felt disappointed when he came back and saw the disciples sleeping.
Arákùnrin Jésù Kristi bákan náà nígbà tó fẹ́ lọ gbàdúrà lórí òkè ó mọ ọmọlẹ́yìn rẹ̀ dání ṣùgbọ́n ìyàlẹ́nu fún nígbà tó máa padà dé ó ti di pé wọ́n ti ń sùn.
The burden could be in the form of leadership.
Bákan náà àjàgà tàbí ẹrù lè jẹ́ nípa ti olùdarí.
We all believe that it's not easy to lead people.
Bákan náà mọ̀ pé kò rọrùn láti darí ènìyàn.
We can see that typical example in the case of Moses, that when his in-law had to tell him that, Oga, if you must continue like this, you will kill yourself. Take people up to help you carry this burden.
Arákùnrin Mósè nígbà tó sọ pé tó bá máa tẹ̀síwájú láti darí ènìyàn, o ní láti yan àwọn ènìyàn tó máa jẹ́ bí aṣojú fún un.
Or the burden could be even be spiritual.
Ó lè jẹ́ àjàgà ti ẹ̀mí.
As it has been bestowed on the church, the burden of soul winning.
Bákan náà àrípé nípa ká ṣe ìyẹn láti jèrè ọkàn.
The burden of making sure that the truth of the gospel of Christ is shared to the lost world.
Ó lè jẹ́ ẹrù láti kéde ìyìnrere Kristi fún gbogbo àgbáyé.
So, when we've seen that there are different kind of burdens, why is it that over the years, from what I've seen, so many of us, not just in the Church of Christ alone, all over the world, people have this entitlement that, someone must be there to take care of this for me.
Nígbà tá a ti pé irú ẹrù ló wà báyìí, kí wá ló dé pé a rí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àti fojú wò pé ẹrù gbígbé tàbí àjàgà yìí ó wà fún nǹkan láti ṣe.
If God has so blessed you like this, it is because He wants you to use it to take care of this and this.
Bákan náà mi ò máa rò pé àgbàtọ́ wọn ti bùkún lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ báyìí ojúṣe rẹ̀ láti ṣe nínú ìjọ tàbí bùkún fún ẹlòmíràn.
And that is why we hear people say, oh, if I were to be the one in that position, I would have done more than A, B, and C.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí èrò tènìyàn, a máa ń sọ pé àtẹ́gbẹ́ mi wà nípò tí arákùnrin yìí wà máa ti ṣe ju eléyìí lọ.
What is wrong with your position? What is wrong with my position?
Ipò tí wọ́n wá yìí, kí ni ó fà, kí ni ìdí rẹ̀ àbí kí ni ó bàjẹ́?
Remember the parable of the talent. Jesus Christ gave everyone a talent.
A rí ìtàn àwọn ẹ̀ka fún ní ọgbọ̀n òṣùwọ̀n oríṣiríṣi láti lò ní Bíbélì.
And we know that those that make use of their talent for the master, they get more.
Àgbọn tó lo ẹ̀bùn wọ̀nyí fún Ọlọ́run wọ́n gbà sí.
And those that feel like, oh, I don't have enough talent, or my master is wicked to me, and so let me keep the talent here. The Bible says that that talent will be taken away from that servant, and is classified as a wicked servant and given to those that are making use of their talent.
Àṣẹ àpẹẹrẹ nínú àwọn ọ̀dọ́ náà tí ta fẹ́lẹ́bùn tó sì lọ rí mọ́lẹ̀ tó ní ọ̀gá àwọn ènìyàn búburú ni a sì gbálẹ̀wọ̀ rẹ̀ a fún wọn tí wọ́n nílò rẹ̀.
So as long as God has added you to the church, it is because part of it is God has given you a special talent, a special need, a special responsibility that you have to take care of.
Nígbà tí Ọlọ́run ti èèyàn sínú ìjọ yìí, Ọlọ́run ti fún ọ ní ẹ̀bùn kan tàbí agbára kan láti lò láti jẹ́ kí ìjọ kí ó dàgbà.
Remember, we are all soldiers of Christ. We are all soldiers of Christ.
Àti pé a jẹ́ ajagun Kristi.
And we are fighting a war in this earth.
Bákan náà sì ń jà nínú ayé tàwa yìí.
Who is that soldier that will go to war and say, oh, I'll drop my gun, drop my guards? I'm sure Colonel Matthew instead will help kill the enemy for me.
Ta ni ọmọ ogun náà tí yóò gbé ìbọn rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tàbí ọkọ̀ rẹ̀ tàbí àdá tó máa ní ọ̀hún pé arákùnrin Matthew yóò bá mi jagun.
If we must win the war, everybody must fight the fight.
Tá bá máa ṣe àṣeyọrí nínú ogun yìí gbogbo agbọ́dọ̀ láti jà.
We must all deploy our guards, everything that we have, every tool that we have.
Gbogbo agbọ́dọ̀ kó ìyọkùn mọ́ra láti jagun náà ní àjàyè.
Apostle Paul exhorts us to bear one another's burden in verse 2, in contrast to the individualized load in verse 5. These loads are heavy and extra loads or situations that one has to endure for himself, and that those loads that are difficult.
Àgbẹ̀ àkókò sọ pé ká máa gbẹ́rù ara wa bákan náà ó sì jẹ́ ojúṣe olúkúlùkù láti gbé ẹrù ara rẹ̀ bákan náà.
We do face situations in life that are weighty and oppressive, especially as they relate to our battle against sin and temptation.
Nígbà mìíràn a máa kojú ìṣòro nínú ayé tó lè yọ sí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tàbí ìdánwò.
I intentionally skipped verse 1 of that Galatians chapter 6. Please, can you beam it?
Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ẹsẹ̀ kìíní.
Let us see the history of this bearing one another's burden, where it came from. Brethren, if any man is overtaken in any trespasses, in sin, you who are spiritual, restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted.
Ará, bí a ti lè mú ènìyàn kan nínú ṣubú bú sípò ti ẹ̀mí ìwà tútù kí títà rẹ̀ máa kíyèsára kí ó má bàa dán ìdánwò náà pẹ̀lú.
So, this will lead us to the kind of burdens that we must bear for one another.
Eléyìí fi wọn orú ẹrù tí a lè bára wa gbé báyìí.
From this reading, we can see that the first burden that we must bear for one another is the burden of sin.
Ìkíní ni ẹrù tí a lè bára gbé ní ẹrù ti ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ báyìí.
And how can we bear this burden of sin for one another?
Báwo la ṣe lè bára gbé ẹrù ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yìí?
He said, if anyone is overtaken by sin,
Ẹni tí a bá rẹ̀ tó bá ti ṣubú sínú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀,
those that are strong
àwọn tí wọ́n wà láradá
should walk up to that person
kí wọ́n lọ bọ́ nítọ̀hún.
and help restore that person back to the fold
Láti mú nítọ̀hún padà sínú ìjọ
in the spirit of gentleness.
pẹ̀lú ẹ̀mí ìrẹ̀lẹ̀.
Part of the burdens we are to bear for one another is that we must avoid being a discouragement for one another.
Àbákan náà ni àjẹ̀kẹ̀tà tó lè bára gbé ni láti máa jẹ́ ká má jẹ́ ẹni tí ó máa mú ènìyàn ṣubú.
There's no way you keep two people in the same room for a period of 1 week even. No matter they tend to pretend, their attitude must show, and people must have differences, and people must have conflicts.
Kò sí bí ènìyàn méjì ṣe lè gbénu lé ká ní ọ̀sẹ̀ kan péré àrẹ pé a máa rí yàtọ̀ láàrin wọn.
And so, because of our differences, definitely there's a burden we must bear for one another by making room for one another's excesses.
Torí ìyàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin wa yìí, a ní láti gbé àjàgà wa ká sì bá tú ẹrù.
That is why Christ said, if someone slap you in the right, give him the other side.
Jésù sọ fún akọ́tà nìkan bá gba ilé tí ọ̀tún ó ti òsì sí.
But the world will say, if someone slap you, by your retaliate, right?
Àwọn ayẹyẹ sọ pé tẹ́lẹ̀ bá gba ní etí ọ̀tún wọn náà dá tiẹ̀ padà.
And science even justifies it. Its action and reaction equal.
Bákan náà àwọn olóyè ìmọ̀ ìbò sọ pé eléyìí òótọ́ ni bóyá kó ṣe rí eléyìí.
So we must, therefore, in Romans chapter 14 verse 13, it says, therefore let us not judge one another, rather let us determine this, not to be an obstacle or a stumbling block in another's way.
Ìwé Róòmù sọ pé ká má ṣe dá ẹni lẹ́bi, ká sì má ṣe jẹ́ olùkọsẹ̀ tàbí àpótí ìdìbò fún ẹlòmíràn.
The other burden we must bear for one another is to encourage one another unto doing good works.
Ẹrù mìíràn tàbí lè máa bára gbé láti máa ran ènìyàn lọ́wọ́ láti ṣiṣẹ́ rere.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 24.
Bíbélì orí kẹwàá ẹsẹ̀ kẹrìnlélógún.
Sometimes one of the burden you must bear also for the work of God to move and for the peace in the church of God, we must let go of what we consider as our rights.
Ẹrù mìíràn tàbí láti máa bára gbé ni pé ká máa jẹ́ kí ohun tó ti kọjá kó kọjá lọ.
Because if we all stand on our rights at every time, definitely there will be trouble all the time.
Sábẹ́ gbogbo ìgbà làwọn ní ètí tèmi ní ká ṣe àrípé wàhálà yóò máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gbogbo ìgbà.
And we must be there to keep one another going in this race.
A ní láti máa ran wọn lọ́wọ́ láti máa sáré ìje tá à ń wà nínú rẹ̀
I
yìí.
can remember during the last week class, the minister that came from the BNCC said, Christianity is first vertical, that is first to God, allegiance to God, then horizontal, allegiance to one another.
Àrípé Kìrìsìtẹ́nì ta wà nínú rẹ̀ yìí, ó jẹ́ kíní sí ti Ọlọ́run bákan náà sí àwọn ará.
And so when we say salvation is personal, yes, it is personal, and at the same time, it is collective.
Tàbá ní ìgbàlà ó jẹ́ fún olúkúlùkù. Lóòótọ́ ni bákan náà ó sì jẹ́ ti ojúṣe olúkúlùkù bákan náà.
That's why the book of Ecclesiastes is telling us that two are better than one.
Bíbélì sọ fún wa pé ènìyàn méjì ó sàn ju èèyàn kan lọ.
And the reason is because if one falls, the other will be there to do what? To restore the one that fell.
Ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ pé tẹ́nìkan bá ṣubú ẹnìkejì yóò fà sókè.
And when they join together, it brings peace. And because a three-fold code is difficult to do what? To break.
Àìpé tàbá wà papọ̀, àìpé lè jẹ́ pé àwa níṣàn kan, ó sì máa nira fún wa láti pín kélekèlé.
Then, what must we do with the burdens of life?
Kí wàá ní ohun tí a wáyé pẹ̀lú ẹrù tàbí àjàgà tí ayé?
First, we must accept them as being responsibilities bestowed on us from God.
Ká rí pé ojúṣe Ọlọ́run àbí tàbí àṣẹ látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run fún wa láti kojú ìṣòro yìí.
James chapter 1 verse 2 and 3 said that God, in every temptation that has come our way, it will furnish us to become better children for Him. And so we should be happy that such temptations have come our way.
Alọ́ fún wa pé ìṣòro yóò kojú ènìyàn yóò kojú ìṣòro, ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run yóò pèsè ọ̀nà àbáyọ kó fún wa nínú àwọn ìṣòro yìí.
And Apostle Paul suffered this too when he was praying to God that, oh, I've been sick, please God, take this away from me. And God came back to him and said, my son, my grace is what? Is sufficient for you.
Bákan náà ni arákùnrin Pọ́ọ̀lù tó gbàdúrà sọ́lọ́ pé ìnira ìpọ́jù wàhálà ìpọ́jù àdìgà ìyá ní orí ọ̀fẹ́ mi ó tó fún ọ.
You have to accept this responsibility.
O ní láti gbélé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ojúṣe rẹ.
Part of accepting the responsibility of being a Christian, of surrendering totally to Christ.
Ìmíràn ni láti gbójúṣe fún Kristi ká fi ara wa lẹ̀ fún Kristi.
And part of the responsibility of accepting the responsibility, which is a burden also of soul winning to Christ.
Ìmíràn ni láti jẹ́ ojúṣe wa láti kéde ìrere fún sí gbogbo àgbáyé láti jèrè ọkọ̀ fún Kristi.
And two, we must accept, we must lay the burdens, cast them on Christ's feet.
Ìmíràn ni láti kó gbogbo ìṣòro wa wá sí ẹsẹ̀ Jésù Kristi.
Matthew 11:28 said, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, lay them on my feet, and I will give you rest.
Bíbélì sọ ma pé Jésù sọ pé ẹ wá sọ́dọ̀ mi gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní àjàgà tẹ́ ní ìṣòro ẹ wó kó wọn wá èmi yóò fún yín ní ìsinmi.
Because Christ will not allow any burden that is greater than us to come upon us. And so with every burden, He always make a way of escape for us.
Àrẹ Ọlọ́run kò ní jẹ́ ká kojú ìṣòro tí ó kọjá agbára tiwa lọ gbogbo ìṣòro tá a bá kojú rẹ̀ yóò sì pèsè ọ̀nà àbáyọ fún wa.
Some Bible principles that we must live by if we must bear what we consider most today as our burden, which is financial and material burden.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àjàgà tàbí ẹrù tó kọjú wa lónìí òun ni títí owó.
We must not. We must strive to work with our hands because The Bible says, if we don't work, we will not
a ní
eat.
láti gbìyànjú láti ṣiṣẹ́ torí bí ó sọ fún ọkùnrin tí kò bá ṣiṣẹ́ ó jẹ́ aláìgbàgbọ́.
And we should learn to put our cravings under control.
bákan náà ká fi ohun gbogbo sí ẹsẹ̀ Ọlọ́run.
By not bearing our burdens, both individually and collectively, it brings about a sense of entitlement, resentment, and dissatisfaction resulting from unreasonable or high expectations that are not met.
láì má bá gbé ẹrù ara wa àrègbélé yóò fa ìkùnsínú wàhálà tàbí ìṣòro nínú ìjọ.
We tend to feel that the presumed rich brethren amongst us are not Christian enough because if they were, they would provide all our needs. My
ìgbà
brethren,
mìíràn a máa ń rò pé àwọn tó lówó nínú láàrin wa ó yẹ kó máa ṣe ojúṣe wọn fún wọn tí kò ní eléyìí kùdẹ.
my brethren, only God can fulfill all our needs.
àìpé Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè pèsè gbogbo àìní wa fún wa.
So if any of us have this sense of entitlement and you're planning on another person's resources,
ẹni tí a bá rí nínú ìjọ tó ń gbé àjàgà rẹ̀ lé ẹlòmíràn lọ́rùn.
we should remember that has to stop, and we should remember that the decisions and choices we make is what would make us think that way. And remember, the Bible said that we cannot live beyond the way we think.
àìpé irú èrò báyìí kò dára a ní láti mú kó nínú ọkàn wa ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ara wa bákan náà ká mọ̀ pé ìṣòro tiwa ni ká má sì máa gbé lé ẹlòmíràn lọ́rùn.
Let's conclude by taking a look at the golden rule, Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. Matthew 7:12.
Matthew 7:12 readers. Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets.
ohun tó bá fẹ́ kí ènìyàn kó ṣe sí ọ òun ni kó ṣe torí lè jẹ́ òfin ti Ọlọ́run.
So if I'm having a sense of entitlement, knowing that somebody should do this and that for me, I should also try to put myself in the position to be able to do that and that for somebody
tí bá ní
else.
lọ́kàn pé arákùnrin A ni ó máa ṣe ojúṣe tàbí gbé àjàgà mi bákan náà èmi náà sì gbọdọ̀ ní lọ́kàn pé gbọdọ̀ gbé àjàgà tẹlòmíràn.
And if we all have this sense of responsibility, of accepting our responsibilities, we'll see that we will be more happier people, we will be more fulfilled, because the more you meet up to your responsibility, the happier and fulfilled you become.
àpẹ tí olúkúlùkù wa bá ní lọ́kàn pé ojúṣe wa ni láti ṣe ti wà nínú ìjọ àpẹ eléyìí yóò máa mú inú olúkúlùkù dùn ìjọ yóò sì máa dàgbà.
And we'll have a more happy, peaceful, and lovely church where true love exists.
àpẹ nígbà náà ni pé inú wa yóò máa dùn láti máa bára wa ṣepọ̀ nínú ìjọ.
I'd like us to close with this prayer.
fẹ́ ká gba àdúrà yìí.
I'd like us to read it together. It's like the last slide, please. You can make it bigger, just in prayers. Alright, I think, can we all say it, please? Hello, brethren?
Yes.
Alright, so, can we all take it together? Let's go. Slowly. Lord, I'm asking you to help me be sensitive to the needs of other people and your kingdom. Help me to stop being so self-consumed with my own concern that I am negligent of recognizing the needs of people around me and your kingdom who need help and prayer. Holy Spirit, help me see through the mass people tend to wear to cover up what is really happening in their lives. Give me the wisdom to know how to approach people who need strength and encouragement. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Jésù Kristi la gbàdúrà.
Amen.